What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. If you're new, I've been a musician for over half of my life, so I like to dissect VGM songs. I dissect music in general, but I really have a passion for video game music, and a lot of it I haven't even experienced or played, because there's a lot of games I haven't played. So this is a PayPal request and a birthday request at that for Anthony. Happy birthday. But also the end of a series of requests from said requester. This is Dust, an Elysian Tale, Glick 16. Never played this game, but I have checked it out before. I should say I checked out some of the songs before based on these requests. So without further ado, this is Glick 16 from Dust, an Elysian Tale. There's that bass. Okay. Whoa. Big difference from the rest of what I've heard so far. What is that sound? I know that sound. Oh, I'm drawing such a blank on that sound. What an experimental soundtrack. Space. It's a big, full sound. Then it opens up. Let those chords breathe. Such a filthy sound. Glick 16 from Dust. Well, let's get one thing out of the way. This soundtrack to this game is highly experimental. I've heard 3, and they're all just, they come from different families. And that's kind of crazy, actually. It's so different all the way around. That, I think, was the first time I've heard any sort of glitch hop on this channel. That was the closest genre I can think of at the time. That wasn't, I think some people might think that was like dubstep, but that was not dubstep. If anything, it had like kind of the same tempo as it, but that was like towards glitch hop. Glitch hop is when basically samples are like cut up. They sound like they're diced up in between. Like the beat keeps going, but like everything else kind of just sounds like really glitchy and like just kind of abrupt and almost off rhythm a little bit. Has a very staggering feel to it. If I can describe that any clearer, I would, but I can't. So that was the first. It was really, really, really well produced. It had such a big sound, and I was actually just saying how like other songs didn't really have a low end presence. This one just like was like, okay, well, here you go. That was all low end presence. It was a big round sound. The trebles were nice and high, cut through. The bass and the low frequencies were right in the pocket, and the mids were just, everything was just good. It was very spherical. It was complete. It sounded really good in my ears. I'm not gonna lie. That would sound amazing in a car. Especially, well, not necessarily if you had like a sound system per se. Do people even still have sound systems? Remember those? Like having an amplifier for your bass. Anyways, just a good, set of speakers and you're good. I would love to hear that, especially like in a club too, right? You put that on in a club, no one's gonna know the difference. They'll just vibe out to that. One thing that stood out to me in the song, which again was a first, there was a lot of firsts here, is this was the combination of kind of world music with said, electronic elements. That doesn't happen all that often, but it's something that I don't hear all the time, especially here. So, we had these like, I think there were flutes, all these little like organic, just earth instruments, it's the best way I can put it. So it was like a clash of like raw and, human nature of it, but also the complete opposite side of like electronic and digitized. So like analog, digital, everything was kind of here. That was bizarre. I don't hear that all that often. Really, really cool. Really cool. I actually wonder, I wonder if this has multiple composers. It has to. Like this sounded like it was like someone else from the last one, and that one sounded like it was someone else from the last one. So I wonder if this OST is just kind of like a mix of producers and collaborators, something like that, because if you tell me that's one person for all of Dust, I would be beyond impressed. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go listen to the other 2 that I've heard from this same series, and you'll see what I mean. They're not similar. They sound like a different album each time. So now I'm really curious about the composers. And I typically don't look those up anymore. I just like to just go in without any sort of knowledge. All I know about this game is there's a cloud and a guy's hand coming out of it, and it's called Dust. That's all I can go off of. So I'm very curious now. And in typical fashion, instead of just Googling it as soon as this video's over, I'll just wait till the comment section kind of just tells me what's going on, because it's more fun that way. Because why? You have first-hand experience with it. People that have played these games and experienced it and the world, they'll have a way better answer than a Wikipedia article or something like that. It's not the same. Yes, I could just do it, but it's quality over quantity. Does that apply here? You know what I mean. Quality. Dust is such a crazy soundtrack. one of the more wild soundtracks. It's just kind of everywhere, and I don't know how that makes me feel. It's not bad. It's just I don't know how it makes me feel, and yeah, really cool. But then again, the next time I hear it, whenever that is, I will have no clue what to expect. Each time I press play on these, it took me to just a different dimension, which means like gameplay is out of the question. I have no idea. Each one didn't give me a setting, and now the added layer of each one not even being connected sound wise is just like, what the hell is this? I feel like I uncovered a treasure chest, took all the sand off, but there's just no way to open it. I got no tools on me. All I have is my curiosity, and I'm just staring at this thing and finding out a way to open it. That's how I feel right now. Does that make sense? Probably not. If you would like to get your request in, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are cool, but you don't have to do either of them. They just guarantee that I will check out your song if you don't mind waiting. And by song, I mean a VGM from the game. No remixes, no covers, none of that. It has to be from in-game. That being said, you guys do a pretty good job of that. I'm just letting you know for those, those one group of people that, ask me to do anime or movie soundtracks, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. There's a thing called copyright, and YouTube doesn't like that. So, that being said, dudes and dudettes, it's been a fun series of videos for Mr. Anthony. Happy birthday again. Thank you for bamboozling my brain with all of your songs. All of them left me like contemplating my life. So, job well done, I guess. Maybe that's what you wanted, who knows. But I will see you all later. Forgot how to speak for a second. Take it easy.